And as you know, that the IOC has decided to cut wrestling from the 2020 games. Where were you, or what were you doing when you got the news?
I went to go visit my cousin. He was assistant coach at Purdue. Went to go visit him, get a couple workouts in, and I was staying at his place. I woke up and I had all these texts like, "Can you believe wrestling got dropped?" And I just thought, people were playing with me. I was like, "There's no way that it got dropped from the Olympics." And they're like, "Yeah, look it." So I got on Twitter, got on, social media, and I saw all these people freaking out. And I mean, I was just shocked, more so than anything. I just couldn't believe it. It was like a dream. I was like, am I dreaming? Am I going to wake up? So, I mean, it was just an awful decision. I think it was rash, and I just couldn't believe it.
I was very much in the same boat where I actually woke up, about 4 different texts from my teammates. I'm like, haha, you guys got me. Then I was watching Sports Center, and then there it is. IOC drops wrestling from the 2020 games. And very much like you, I'm thinking to myself, this is a dream. I need to wake up now. So I went and splashed water on my face. I'm like, this is real.
Right. Yeah.
And
it was real. Yeah.
You are currently training out of the Ohio Regional Training Center that works along with Ohio State. How is that going along?
That's great. I love it there. I used to live in Colorado Springs at the training center out there. Lived there for a year and got approached by Lou Roselli. He said, we have some of the best lightweights in the country. He said, I would love if you come out here and train. You'll have direct access to Ohio State wrestlers, and I'll be able to train, under my realm. And so ever since, I've been there for about a year and a couple months, and I've loved it. I love being able to work out with not only the guys training for the Olympics, but also guys training in college. I think that's pretty cool, too, to see these guys grow and go out there and compete for national titles.
You got a stacked weight. You got Reese Humphrey, the Stever brothers. I mean, that's got to be an ideal situation to be in.
Oh, it's great. I mean, day in and day out, we're fighting. We're fighting for every takedown. We're fighting just to get better, and that's how other countries and other people. That's how you get from good to great. Being able to compete every day, and trying to beat someone that has at that high caliber. And there's no other place, I don't think, that has lightweight like how we do at the Ohio RTC, so I'm really blessed.
Talking about wrestling, and people say it's only just one of the most grueling sports. What has it done for you personally that you can expand on a little bit?
I mean, me growing up, I grew up in a very rough neighborhood. My family, we weren't too well off or anything. My mom was a single parent. We had there's 4 of us, and so my mom didn't want me to get out in the streets and get involved in gang activity. So wrestling was a sport that I liked, and she thought it could teach me a lot of life lessons and values that I could carry on throughout my whole life. And that's what wrestling has done. It not only has made me a great competitor and discipline and dedication, but it's also made me a better person, a better man. Being able to know and work hard for something and to keep to it. Wrestling has just done so much for me. It honestly got me from off the streets and got me a scholarship to college, and now I'm training for the Olympics. And back then, when I was younger, who would have ever thought that someone from Gary, Indiana, would make it as far as I am?
That's pretty amazing, Angel. I give you a lot of props for that. That's probably got to be one of the best decisions. With the IOC dropping wrestling, what do you think will happen to youth wrestling, high school wrestling, and college wrestling? Because we have no quote-unquote professional wrestling, it's just right after college, the Olympics and international.
Right. I mean, that's where everyone was kind of afraid and shocked, because that's our pro sport. That's the big leagues. That's the pinnacle of wrestling, is the Olympic gold medal. And to take that away, then you're going to have colleges like, well, what else is there for these guys? Then programs might get. I mean, programs are already getting cut. So if you take away our pro sport, then they might start cutting some more. They're going to be like, well, you guys aren't an Olympic sport anymore, so we have more reason to cut you. And so that would just trickle all the way down to feeder programs where little kids are, well, if I can't win a gold medal anymore, I might go to MMA or something like that. So I think that decision has a big effect on, all levels of wrestling.
Do you think that's being very, very harsh to kids who are very, very innocent, trying to watch, the Jordan Burroughs, the Kyle Daigs, and even you? That's taking away some of their innocence by dropping wrestling for future games?
Yeah, I think, just the decision, how it was made, only 7 guys in the room made this decision. Like, I don't think they thought about the dreams of the little kids out there, and, they're idols of wrestlers out there that are still competing and trying to win gold medals. And, I don't think they took into consideration what they were doing. They were crushing people's dreams and actually people's way of getting out of harsh times. Like myself, wrestling was a gateway for me to become successful. And, if I didn't have that, then who knows where I would be today. So, I think the IOC's decision was just so harsh.
From what I researched and found out through different avenues, it was a secret ballot that no one knew about until the decision was there. Do you think that's fair to us?
No, that's not fair. It's like I wanted to know why they dropped it, what was said in the room, and at least give people heads up. The wrestling community had no clue that we were even on the chopping blocks. And for them to just go in there and say, well, we're cutting wrestling, that is absurd. And, I don't think it should have been a private decision, because now look at what happened. There's just this big uproar of, I can't believe you're going to drop one of the core sports of the Olympic Games, in the beginning of time, or the beginning of the Olympics. So, with them meeting like that in a private room, I just think it was kind of shady in a sense, without not letting anyone else know or have an opinion on it.
You've been working on it for many, many years. What can you tell the youth right now what they can do to help take a stand to get this back in 2020?
I think we're doing a great job right now with spreading the word through social media and telling other people. Keep OlympicWrestling.com is a website you can go to. I think they have petitions you could sign. Just all that stuff, constantly getting the word out every day. Keeping the pressure on the IOC that they made the wrong decision to get wrestling on the chopping blocks. I think, and telling your friends about what's going on, making people aware of what really is going on. What dreams are being crushed because of this decision.
We have an email from a coach out in Wyoming. He wants to know, other than just doing what you just said, doing the social media, what can people like the average person, the average viewer do? Not just someone who's regularly in the sport.
Do to try to keep wrestling in the games?
Yeah, just, the basic user, I'm going to go watch this college match on TV because I like the sport. Not
right,
someone...
I think, trying to do a little bit of research on wrestling, understanding it, going to websites, like people, OlympicWrestling.com, they have a lot of the rules and things like that for you to update yourself. Also, I would say a lot of times when wrestling's shown on TV or online, having as many people try to sign in and watch that, I think is a great positive for wrestling, because the fan base, the support system, people can see that. People can see that we're supporting wrestling. When Big Ten Network shows a dual meet on a Friday and they have the highest ratings, then that's good for us. That's good for wrestling, because then they'll show it more often.
We have another email coming in from Joseph. He wants to know, what do you think of the new rules that were implemented about a week ago?
I love them. I think this is for sure what wrestling is about. No more, 2 minutes are over, now you're going to go reach in a bag and pull a color out, and that could decide the winner. Now it's just, 6 minutes or 3-minute, 2-3-minute periods, and you're just going after it. You're getting after it, you're wrestling. And I think it's more exciting for the fans, and it's more exciting for the competitor. I'm really excited to test out these new rules at the World Team Trials in a month. And I already know, like, from the tournaments that already happened, there's just so much excitement in the air. A lot more exciting matches, a lot more high-scoring matches. So it's good for both standpoint, from the fan view and from a wrestling view.
Do you think it'll make it easier for the fans to understand, since they got rid of the leg clinch and made it a cumulative points instead of this many points based on this, and then you have to restart?
Right, yeah, I think it's going to be way easier. At times I feel like even the Olympic Games this past year, people would ask me, who won that match? Or it's tied, who wins? Why did that guy win? The other guy scored more points in the first period, but then he ends up losing the next two. How does that work? Don't they, overall keep the score? And just being able to explain that to a lot of people, like, they're just so confused. I think the rules now are less confusing, and someone could just walk out the street and you could tell them little basis of what's going on and they can understand it. It's not that hard. It's not complicated like the old rules.
The old rules are like, why would you take away someone racking up 4 to 6 points, that hard work, then restart? I completely agree with you. I can't wait to try out these new rules.
Yeah. I mean, even the old rules, like, they didn't praise for, working hard for a period. Like, if you score, 6 points, then the period's washed. Now it's like, you score 6 points, you're up 6-0. And before it was just like, oh, well, you just won a period, but you still got to go win 2 more. So it was just...
We have Angel Escobedo on Radio Nova 106.7. He does have a website, angelescobedo.com. Be sure to check in with him. And he has a Twitter account, @Driven2Dominate, being the number 2. Be sure to follow him. He likes to interact with all his fans and keep in touch. Be sure to follow him. I did, and we were able to get him on because of this. And Angel... Also, we are going to do a great giveaway. Angel, what question do you have for our listeners right here for this special giveaway?
In 2008, when I won my national title, I want to know if anyone knows who I beat in the finals to win my NCAA title.
I was privileged to watch that match, and boy, was it a fantastic match. Be the 10th person to email me at dj@radionova-casablanca.com, and we will have a great prize for you. Angel, do you have anything else for the fans out there?
I just, keep supporting wrestling, keep olympicwrestling.com, tell your friends, tell everyone. We got to get wrestling back in the Olympics. It's the greatest sport in the world, and, I'm honored to be able to still compete and go out there for United States and compete for the United States. So I just want all the fans out there to keep supporting wrestling, and let's not crush anyone's dreams. Let's do it for the little kids out there that want to win Olympic gold.
Angel, if we need to call you again, are you willing to take the call to make another guest appearance on Radio Nova?
Oh, for sure. It was great. It's great to talk about wrestling, and yeah, you call me anytime. I'll be on the show again, and can answer more questions anytime.
Thanks a lot, Angel. We're going to get back to the tunes right here on Radio Nova 106.7 FM, playing the music you want to hear.